How's it going, NFT Plazas community? It's me again, Jake, here with Hrish from SuperWorld. Some really interesting stuff, metaverse focused. You've been doing it for a while. Tell us a little bit about your project and what you want the people to know.
Sure. Thanks for having me. It's great to talk to your community. SuperWorld is a virtual world covering Earth. We're in it right now. It's all around us in augmented reality. So you have a world, I have a world, brands have worlds. We want to enable anyone to create, discover, and monetize anything, anywhere in real world locations. And then we divided the surface of the Earth into 64 billion properties, 0.01, 0.01 longitude, latitude, covering Earth. So you could buy this place, you could buy your house, you could buy places you go on vacation. And when you buy those locations, you become a stakeholder in those locations. You can activate monetization from advertising, e-commerce, digital commerce, data, analytics, gaming, DeFi, etc. And our mission at SuperWorld is to enhance your real life, your physical life, and it's also to enhance humanity. How do we create a virtual world that actually improves the real world?
Yeah. No, awesome. So what's really interesting about what you just said is you mentioned like a lot of industries, gaming, for example, right? So can you talk about kind of some of the companies you work with and some of kind of like the use cases they're exploring with SuperWorlds?
Sure. I think a very interesting kind of thing to talk about in terms of explaining SuperWorld is to explain the user journey of
Perfect.
SuperWorld. So, a lot of people in the mainstream audience, which is what we're going for, are still trying to wrap their heads around what an NFT is, right? They're still trying to understand what the difference between AR and VR is. They're still trying to understand what the metaverse is. They're very curious, but want to know how to get into it, right? And so what they do is that when they come to SuperWorld, they might not know exactly all those things, but they know where they live. They know where they have a business. They know where they like going on vacation. They know places in the world they spend time in, or places in the world they want to spend time in. And what they do is they acquire those places in SuperWorld. And now guess what? They have a wallet, they have crypto, they have a digital asset. And now the next thing they want to do is create an NFT, create AR, VR content, get into DeFi, create a Web3 loyalty program. And these are business owners. These are content creators. These are influencers, right? And so what's interesting, back to your question, is all of our property owners are people that come to us from a variety of industries that have an idea of what they want to build. And so at SuperWorld, we're focused in each of those categories. So the first category is events. So we have event creators. We have a very big partnership we're going to launch with a very, very big sports organization that has events all over the world. And so the idea of that is you can go and discover an event in a real world location, buy the ticket to that event. And, as people buy tickets to events, you could, if you own the location in SuperWorld where that event is happening, IRL in the real world, you would also be able to activate the monetization from those ticket sales. So you can now discover and buy places in the world that you think monetization is going to happen, and you can contribute to that monetization happening, right? And you could do that using virtual real estate. There's an example of a category.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So sports, entertainment. So what would be, a good example of, like a sports kind of entertainment kind of, launch or something like a movie, for example. Can you kind of give some granularity as to how kind of these different experiences could be for different types of like entertainment facets?
Sure. So sports, concerts, theater events, IRL events are taking place all over the world every day, right? And so whether you're a ticket provider to these IRL events, so in other words, there's an inventory of tickets that are being sold, or you're actually the creator or the organizer of the event like we're in now, you can populate that event onto the SuperWorld map. And then you could sell NFT ticketing. You could sell NFT collectibles for the event. You could have people join your DAO. You can create immersive content so people could visualize what your event's going to be looking like, or what it looked like last year, or what's happening now. Maybe it's a live feed, right? And so you can, again, leverage immersive tech and Web3 to enable your attendees to understand, connect, and engage with your community pre, during, and after your event, right? And that could relate to a sports event, or it could relate to an entertainment event, literally whatever category you want to create an event.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, you heard it here first. SuperWorlds. How are we bridging or onboarding Web 2 in real life experiences into Web 3? SuperWorlds. Buy your plot of lands in SuperWorlds. Ideally, you own it in real life, or you're throwing events in it, and then figure out really immersive, creative ways to kind of bring that Web 3 experience back. NFT Plaza, SuperWorlds. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.